Hey, what's up? It's Thursday and welcome back to Major Hype. Major Hype is a show that I do every single day, Monday through Friday, and we talk about entrepreneurship, money, and real estate. Today is no different, so let's get started. Now, our first story takes place in MIA. That's right, Miami. As we know, the U.S. single-family home rents have jumped 14% year over year in April. This is leading to one of the most expensive rental markets in U.S. history, with the average one-bedroom apartment costing about $1,300. Now, crypto is down and rents are up. Miami is known as the crypto capital of the America. And so Miami is important to this story because it posted the biggest gains year over year, which is 41%. That comes out to an average of $2,132 for 800 square foot apartment. Now, other places like New York, Philadelphia, Washington, D.C. did not post as big as a hike because those cities are already high as it is. My thing is, I wonder if Miami can sustain this. Do you think Miami can keep going with the rental prices? 41% is huge. You go from 1,300 to 2,100. That's insane. Now, moving on to our second story, I'm sure some of you have heard of Mark Cuban, right? The Dallas Mavericks over. The billionaire investor rolled out a new company that sells traditionally expensive pharmaceuticals at a discounted rate. Why hasn't anybody done this before? The company is called Cost Plus Drugs. It sells all of its medications at a fixed rate, right? So it's 15% plus a $3 flat fee. Now, with this number that Mark Cuban has been able to get, who is not like a doctor or anything, Medicare would have saved $4 billion in 2020 by purchasing the same drugs at the same prices from Mark Cuban's company. That's a massive number of overpayments by the U.S. citizens. Now, what's crazy to me, we all know that the U.S. health market is absolutely expensive. People have no choice but to use it. But why isn't it common sense that our politicians go shopping? The government historically has never been known for buying things at a good price. They always just pay like the highest price, and they usually never get the best product. But the Brigham and Women's Hospital compared about 89 generic drugs sold by Cost Plus in 2022 compared to the same price of the drugs that Medicare bought in 2020, and on 77 of the drugs, Medicare paid $8.1 billion. If they would have bought these same drugs from Mark Cuban's company, it would have only been $4.5 billion. Come on, let's do better. Because people can't afford these drugs, and you know who ends up paying for it? Look at your last check and see if you see the word Medicare on there. You did. Tuesday, Netflix rolled out the latest revenue reports, and honestly, it wasn't as bad as many people expected. Because earlier this year, Netflix announced that they were testing new charges for people who share their Netflix password with people outside their household. Now, I'm guilty, and I don't mind paying an extra $2 or $3, but a lot of you guys were pissed. Everybody online on social media was speaking out against these decisions. So people said they started canceling their Netflix. That's not true. I don't know anybody that's canceling Netflix. But Netflix right now is looking to diversify the company and add more value to appease its user base. To do that, they're turning to video games. Netflix and video games? Now let's think about this. With more than 3 billion players worldwide, the estimated market share in the US is $200 billion. The gaming industry is very popular and lucrative. Now, video games typically have longer engagement periods than a series of movies. Like, so if you watch a movie or a series, you know, you're tuned in, but video games go for a long time. Ask kids, or even ask yourself. I know you got a game on your phone right now you've been playing for a long time. Now, this is due to the psychological principles of the motivation that underline most gameplay. People invest in games will often seek out additional narratives in the form of shows and movies. So this is a chance for Netflix to explore some other IP that they could drop millions of dollars on. Now think about this. If you're playing a game and you love it, and everybody loves it, and then it turns into a movie or a TV show, are you more inclined to watch it? I think so. Netflix games currently can be downloaded and play on all mobile devices. You play the Netflix game using your Netflix account and your password. I'm not sure if you can share this password with somebody else, but Netflix's main focus is the streaming business. But looking at their competitors, Netflix has a lot more to lose if they can't keep their numbers up. For example, Disney, its main focus is revenues from the parks and toys. Amazon is online sale industry, Apple's in the computing and phone industry, and Google is in the search and advertising industry. See, for these other companies, streaming and video hosting is a small side business that provides useful data to feed their other great machine. So in the streaming wars, you don't have much to lose. They can't run these side businesses at a loss. Well, actually, they can. And that's why they do it. Most of these streaming companies don't make any money. I mean, Apple, they don't care about it. Google, they don't care about it. I do have YouTube TV, which is pretty cool, but it's only a side business to their mega business. Now think about this. This may be a good play for Netflix. Maybe we'll see. Are you going to be playing any Netflix games soon? Might turn into a TV show. In other news, the IRS, our best friend, is sharing that it's slowly going through the backlog of over 10 million tax returns it has yet to process compared to 8.8 million that it had unprocessed the same time last year. Now, people are saying that the agency will need to process about 500,000 returns every single week to get through the backlog this year. Now, processing this backlog is crucial for many people across the country as inflation and other rises in costs are raising the needs for extra cash on hand. Now, you think about it. Most people are waiting for their actual tax returns. Try not paying your taxes on time and see if you don't get a penalty. Maybe we should penalize them. Or maybe not, because the IRS is my best friend. But apparently, staffing remains one of the biggest obstacles. The IRS workforce has been thinned out to like the 1970 levels, and it's been strained further by the pandemic. And I wonder why. Well, the current base salary for the GS3 level employee or the IRS clerk that processes all the tax returns is only $25,000. It's not an attractive job to begin with, and with little pay, it's pretty easy to see why they're having trouble staffing. Maybe had the IRS used some of the $1.5 billion provided in the American Rescue Plan, they would have been able to fix this and prepare for the current onslaught of tax returns, like you don't know they're coming every single year. Oh man, it's getting hot in here. As you know from a few shows this week, the mortgage interest rates raised by several points, bringing the highest rate since 2007. Surprisingly, with this news, the application for ARMs, adjustable rate mortgages, have rose 8% in just 1 week. That's the largest jump since 2007, but still the applications are down 14% from the same time last year. The inventory of homes is already up 17% compared to this time last year, which is aligning with the signs of the market cooling down. Right now, buyers are stretching to afford what's listed, especially with the decrease in buying power by applying for adjustable rate loans. At 10% of all applications versus 3% where it's been for the last 10 years, applications to refi homes are down 77% from a year ago. Now think about this. 2007, one of the biggest problems is that in 2007, right before the crash, there was almost 14 million loans that had ARMs on them. So these people are betting the farm, hoping that interest rates go down and not up over the next several years. I saw this and I wasn't sure how to wrap this into a story, but I feel like everyone watching this would find this interesting. A massive Riverside Tuscan-style mansion was just put on the market in Columbus, Ohio for $8 million. Now, the listing became popular due to abundance of one of the particular rooms, the bathroom. Now, this 33,000 square foot home has 16 bedrooms and 26 bathrooms. That's 10 more bathrooms than bedrooms. I mean, I guess if you can't hold your bladder, this property is especially for you. Some more features of this home is a banquet dining room, full-size gym, a sauna, a hair salon, multiple libraries, a billiards room, a music lounge, elevator, pool, and a cabana. Now I can get with that stuff. This joint sounds like it's straight out of Clue, but dang, maybe having to clean this place, or hell, even furnishing it, I don't know if it's for me. Whoever acquires this $8 million home, 32,000 square feet, 33,000 square feet on 6 acres are still gonna have to be stuck with an HOA. Imagine that. Imagine buying an $8 million house, 33,000 square feet with 26 bathrooms. You still gotta worry about the HOA? Forget it, I'm out. Now in our final bit tonight, I wanna cover this video that went viral a few weeks back.
I am very happy that I spent my childhood with more adults than I did with kids my own age, because I was picking up more things from adults than I were from kids my own age. And I look and I go around sometimes and I hang out with other people that are my age and they're just kind of just selfie. I'm just like, dude, like, oh my God, like, can we talk about like the political and economic state of the world right now? Can we talk about what's going on with the environment? Can we talk?
Now, Jaden received a lot of slack in the comments around social media by people saying various things like, of course this rich kid is saying this, or creating memes jabbing at what he said. But I have a different take on it. See, I don't take that this kid Jaden comes from a privileged background, which he does, and whatever, that's good on his father. But a lot of people are taking what he's saying and kind of stretching it. The thing that I get out of this is that you got to be careful who you surround yourself with, because eventually you become those people. And Jaden decided when he was a younger age, as a teenager, to hang out with more adults than he did kids. I did the same thing. I hung out with more adults, people who were older than me, just so I could pick up their mannerisms and see how they do things. And I truly just found their conversations way more interesting. So Jaden, I'm on your side on this one. And I wish more people would do that. And if everybody's laughing and making memes about him, but he's the one who's a successful person with even out his father's doing, like the guy has some hits. Maybe you should be doing what he's doing and he should not be doing what you're doing. So Jaiden, I get it. Maybe everybody else doesn't, but oh well. All right, guys, this is Major Hype. It's Thursday, and I appreciate you guys being here. Please don't forget to subscribe, because a lot of you watching this are not subscribed yet. I'm on the road to 400,000. I want you to be a part of it. So subscribe, click the like button, and turn on that little bell, because the notifications tell you exactly when I'm dropping new content. And if you haven't followed me on Twitter or Instagram, make sure you go find me, Maxwell. I see you guys tomorrow. It's Friday, and we don't punt on the weekends like my man Vince says, but I'm out. Major Hype.